Hey everyone, so there's been some big fires going on in California lately, and before I start, my condolences to anyone affected by them. I can't even imagine what that must be like, and I definitely can't imagine that videos like the one I'm about to respond to help all that much. So I guess most of you, when you heard about the California fires, probably went, man, it must be real dry out there in California. And maybe there was some lightning, or a poorly tended campfire, or a careless smoker, or something like that lit up some brush and started the fire going. But you're an idiot, because those explanations all have one fatal flaw. They're way too obvious. Conveniently obvious. Suspiciously obvious. It's clear that they have put in a lot of money and time to convince you this is how fires start because they want to hide the much more terrible truth. It was that dastardly Planet X all along, and it would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for the meddling Dr. Claudia Albers.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X research and professional physicist.
I'm not even going to question that. Frankly, whether your credentials are real or fake isn't going to change what's in this video.
And today I'd like to bring to you another one of my articles. This one's entitled Planet X over California, Volcanoes Erupting from the Ground and the Sky.
I don't want it to pass by unnoticed that this is article number 1232 in about 2 years. Here's the first numbered one I found, number 68, October 25th, 2017. How many is that per day on average? Doesn't really matter the exact number, the answer's still just going to be too many.
Now, as I have shown in previous articles, fires in California are due to magma falling from the sky because Planet X cores in the sky have reached magma creation phase.
That is one beefy sentence. Lots of things to learn about the worldview here. There's a Planet X, but we can assume that from the title. Planet X has phases, one of which is magma creation. Planet X has multiple cores in the sky, which I don't even see how that makes sense as a sentence. A planet has a core. That's the point of using that word. Planet X is so close to Earth that it's chucking magma down at us, or at least at the Californians. For some reason that magma is not sticking to Planet X gravitationally. Maybe it's spinning really fast or something and hurling all that magma out, I don't know. But anyway, somehow there's enough magma flying at the Earth that at least some of it doesn't burn up in the atmosphere. Not surprising, I guess, if there's an entire planet worth of magma being generated and thrown at the Earth. But in that case, it is a little bit surprising that nobody seems to notice the unbelievably massive barrage of superheated magma raining down on the Earth. I gotta admit, this does all get me pretty curious how you argued for that in previous articles, Claudia. But let's stick with this one for now and we'll see where it goes.
And you may look at article 1228 for more details.
That's true, I may. But should I? Probably not, but I do kinda wanna. What the hell, 1228 it is. Let's take a detour.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X research and professional physicist.
Yeah, I know.
And today I'd like to bring to you another one of my articles. This one's entitled Fires in California, Colored Magma Clouds Signal Planet X Fiery Cataclysm.
Well, you got the fiery cataclysm part right, at least for the people in the area.
Now, figure 1 below shows screenshots from video footage of the fires in California in October of 2019.
Cool, let's take a look at the original video. Yep, that's a wildfire, all right. Okay, what's the point?
And it can be clearly seen that the smoke associated to the fires is not gray or black as expected.
Why would you expect that? It's nighttime and the only significant light source is an assload of fire. What you should be expecting is the smoke will be lit with fiery colored light, not just look plain gray or black.
The smoke is orange and pink.
I'm not seeing a lot of pink there, but sure. I mean, the smoke itself isn't really that color, of course. If you could remove the fire's light and show the smoke under ideal white light conditions, it'd look gray or black, or white or tan, just like you think it should. Which should go without saying, but I get the feeling nothing can go without saying in this video.
You can see that there. Orange smoke, pink smoke over there. So this is not normal smoke.
Well, yeah, it is. That's exactly what happens with smoke. Here are a few non-wildfires with the same effect in case you need some examples to drive the point home. It's honestly bizarre that you say this is not normal unless you've literally never seen a smoking campfire or bonfire at night before. It seems like something only the absolute cityest of city people could possibly find surprising.
What we are seeing is cloud.
Yes, a cloud of smoke.
Colored cloud associated with the magma that is falling from the sky and causing these fires.
So let me see if I got this straight. We know for a fact there's a fire, we can see it in the pictures, but instead of attributing the lighting of the smoke to the fire, something that has been used to generate light for thousands of years, instead we need to attribute it to sky magma because... See, that's the part that's missing. Everything after the because. We already have an explanation that works just fine for every smoke-producing fire, small or large, ever observed. Why are we bringing in sky magma? Have you observed these fires being started by magma randomly falling out of the sky? If so, that should probably be the focus here. We already know smoke from wildfires gets lit up at night. This is not new information.
So as you can see, we see deeply orange smoke, which is not actually smoke, it's clouds, orange clouds, yellow clouds, red clouds.
Oh, so you're saying the actual color of those smoke clouds is deep orange, red, and yellow? Well, that's easy enough to prove. Just show us they're the same color in the daytime. Except, not at all. The closest thing to the yellow you suggest is a drab tan or brownish color. You can just look up smoke reading if you want to know what different colors of smoke mean. Tan or brown means unfinished wood is burning, and what do you think is mainly burning in that forest wildfire?
That seem to be associated to the material that is causing these fires.
Why would the nighttime appearance of the smoke be most associated with the material causing the fires, and not with the only significant light source, which is the fire itself? It's nighttime. If you're not getting the point by now, I have no idea how else to help you, Claudia.
And this material has to be magma.
Wait, so if magma starts a fire, the smoke from that fire is going to be the color of the magma that started the fire. It's nothing to do with what the fire's actually burning. Alright, easy enough to check. Let's check out a video of lava starting fires. By the way, lava's what it's called when it's on the surface, Claudia. Oh my god, the smoke's not magma colored! This violates all of Dr. Claudia's known laws of physics!
And here's another photograph which shows that these clouds, these gaseous clouds, are orange and yellow. Deeply orange there.
Yes. And do you think they would still look just as deeply orange without that massive fire lighting them, or in the daytime with the sun directly behind us overpowering the fire's light? That's a rhetorical question. I'm pretty sure your answer is yes for some reason.
And the fires from October 11th, 2019 were also surrounded in colored clouds of smoke. Orange flames were surrounded in orange clouds of smoke.
The lighting of the smoke is similar to the color of the flame? What a shock.
Yellow flames produced by yellow magma were surrounded by yellow clouds of smoke.
Verily, it's a great mystery why the smoke is lit up the same color as the fire's light. Oh, and apparently the fire's color also depends on the color of the magma that started it.
Yellow flames produced by yellow magma.
Honestly, how do you think fire works? Have you ever actually made a fire? The color of fire is related to what's burning and at what temperature, not the color of whatever started it. Otherwise, lightning fires would all be white, and setting your curtains on fire with a gas torch would make them burn blue. And I guess fires started by friction would be, invisible? Are you absolutely sure you're a physicist? I feel like most physicists would know that.
And the same for the fires caused by pink magma.
Pink magma. Is that even a thing? It doesn't matter, that fire's not even pink. It's just washed out because of the exposure and the camera quality. Things, by the way, which conspiracy types often seem to forget exist, as anyone who's seen my Donnie of Daytona or Gina Maria videos will know. Here's the original video. I'll tweak it a little bit to make it closer to what you might see with your actual eyeballs. And that, kids, is why we don't rely on phone cameras for perfect color data. Anyway, I think I basically get the point. Now that we have a little bit of context, let's head back to Article 1232, which is the one I started with.
So these objects will be connecting gravitationally with magma creating earth cores under the surface of the ground. This gravitational connection causes the earth cores to also create and eject matter. And so if there is a clear way to the surface, the magma will erupt from the ground as well as fall from the sky.
So if I'm understanding all of this incoherent nonsense correctly, Planet X has multiple cores and the Earth has multiple cores. And they both happen to be in a magma creation phase, or maybe the Earth's cores always create magma, who knows. Anyway, the space magma gravitationally attracts the underground magma, and so magma splashes up from the Earth and rains down from the sky at the same time. Why gravity is affecting magma in particular and Planet X is otherwise totally undetectable, I guess we're not going to address here. Beyond that, I'm honestly starting to wonder if this is actually worth my time. I mean, the obvious question that I don't think I've asked yet is, how do you know and how can you prove it? That applies to everything that's been said so far. I can only hope you've addressed that at some point in one of your previous 1,200 videos, but whichever video you think establishes it, if there even is one, isn't cited. Here are the references in your article here. Reference 1, yourself, Article 1228, which is the one I just looked at, and yourself, Article 1228. Again, not sure why you found it necessary to double up there. Maybe just having one reference doesn't look impressive enough? But here's a thought, maybe you cite the article that contains the basis for any of this in Article 1228 and you just didn't bother to cite it again here. Here are the references from that video. There's a few more here. 3 of them directly mention Planet X and magma in the title, so maybe one of those has what I want. Let's try the earliest one, number 757. Planet X causes pink magma to rain down. Figure 1 below shows trees glowing pink or magenta as they burn. Wow, that is pretty pink. Here's the original video, shot on a crappy dash cam, of course. Luckily, I intentionally bought a crappy dash cam just for occasions like this. Here's my video of some fire. Whoa, pink magma fire! Planet X invaded my living room! Oddly, the dog doesn't seem too bothered. And here's a video I shot with the better camera on my phone, my Huawei P20 Pro. And the pink has magically disappeared. Planet X must have moved on. By the way, I made something else while I was playing with this. If you ever see conspiracy theorists freaking out about a square pattern of red circles, which I've seen a bunch, it's just the lens flare from their phone. Wood does not create pink flames as it burns. Okay, I can accept that. If this was due to the type of tree that is burning, blah blah blah, it's not, so irrelevant. This means that something got into the trees that is hot and molten and got the trees to burn. The trees wouldn't burn pink regardless. This means that something got into your brain that convinced you that somehow the color of the thing that sets the tree on fire dictates the color the tree burns, and made you not understand basic camera functionality. Magma is hot and molten, thus, pink light emitting magma fell on these trees and caused them to burn. Is anyone else suffering as badly as I am from this string of fallacies? It's more egregious than what I usually deal with. Trees don't burn pink, therefore something molten had to make them burn. No link established between these things at all, except a total misunderstanding of how fire works. If something molten made them burn, and magma is hot and molten, magma must have made them burn. Not anything else hot and molten, because who knows? And then it's just asserted that the magma fell on the trees from above. No reason, just did. Had to. This magma could only have come from a Planet X system stellar core. Why? And wait, Planet X has a stellar core? Like from a star? Huh? Well, clearly there's no serious attempt to justify anything in this article, so let's move on to the next oldest one in the 1228 reference list, 1129. Figure 1 shows a fire tornado in Brazil. Meteorological experts quoted as saying it's a rare but natural occurrence, which occurs when high temperatures, turbulent winds, and low air humidity and dry soil combine. Furthermore, they state the tornado has a core of fire and an air ring around the flames that feeds them with oxygen. They seem, however, to forget that flames occur as a result of a chemical reaction, and there has to actually be some matter there to undergo the reaction. In other words, there has to be something burning. What exactly is burning in this case? Is it just air? No, it's whatever's on or near the ground that can be sucked into the whirl. Could be ash, vegetation, uncombusted gases released from hot vegetation, that kind of thing. Whatever was already burning when it started and whatever else can burn. All kinds of options. But yeah, it's using fuel from the ground, hence why the fire's at the bottom of the whirl along the ground. That's where its fuel is.
What reaction is the oxygen feeding?
A normal burn.
What is burning?
Fuel from the ground.
Are they actually saying that the air is on fire because it is hot and dry?
No.
If that was possible, air would be igniting in desert regions around the planet and would have been doing so for thousands of years.
Exactly.
So what these meteorologists are stating is beyond illogical. It is ridiculous, and a sign that something associated with Planet X is being covered up.
Anyone else might have taken this as a sign they misunderstood what someone said, but you're a professional physicist, so that can't possibly be it. It's gotta be Planet X somehow. It's gotta be. Please let it be.
And you may look at Article 1040 entitled Aliens Have Filled Humanity's Knowledge Base with Lies.
Nah. Not gonna get even more sidetracked, sorry. I'll finish checking out if this article has any arguments for Planet X cores sucking magma out of the Earth or whatever, and then I'm wrapping up the original article either way. This is already getting too painful for me to handle despite my preternaturally high tolerance for dumb.
Tornadoes are created by Planet X. And so, a fire tornado can have no other source than Planet X.
Can't argue with that logic, I guess. Of course, there's no citation backing up the claim that tornadoes are created by Planet X. Kind of important if we're going to believe you on that point, but if there was a citation, I bet it'd support that claim about as well as this one supports the multi-core planet tossing magma at the Earth claim. Figure 2. Planet X core still is water creating phase as it creates a water vapor cloud envelope and spout material, but is now producing a much stronger connection which causes Earth matter to be attracted upwards in the outer ring region. Okay, that's an odd sentence, but what I take from it is this is a single Planet X core hovering over the landscape, sucking on an Earth core, and those two suckers make this spout. Okay, well, I came here hoping you'd make this all make sense, but now it makes even less sense. How is there a core of Planet X just kind of hovering around? Why isn't it inside Planet X? Is Planet X like a mothership? It sends its cores touring around the Earth, hiding in clouds, just waiting to suck on random bits of the earthly countryside? Is Planet X even a singular thing, or is it like a gigantic fleet of mindless rock suckers? Thus, the fire tornado in Brazil confirms that the fires in the Amazon are due to Planet X cores being over the region. So not just that this one fire tornado is caused by a Planet X core, but that all the fires in the Amazon are. None of them were started by anything else. No reason, just Claudia Albers said that's the conclusion to be reached, so therefore it must be. You know what, I'm done with this. I'm heading back to the first video to see what else is there, and then I'm out. Normally I try to follow through the reasoning behind these conspiracy ideas, see what the basis of them is, take them seriously enough to address thoroughly, even if they are completely ludicrous. I think I've managed to do a pretty good job of that in my other videos. But the reasoning here is not even up to the level of like a Donia Daytona or Airport Yeti lady. Claudia, you can do better than this, he said, not really believing it. Your reasoning is barely present at all. You just say stuff and expect people to buy it. Going any deeper here seems like a total waste of everyone's time. Back to the first video, let's end it.
In addition, since Planet X gravitational connections are the cause behind the appearance of volcanoes on the surface of a planet, which suggests that these cause cores to move closer to the surface as a result of the connection, the increased presence of Planet X in magma creation phase will also lead to the appearance of new volcanoes.
Okay, so are we going to discuss a new volcano and then talk about why your hypothesis has better explanatory and predictive power than the current theory on volcanism? That seems like the appropriate next step following a claim like that.
And here you can see a volcanic eruption of the Popo volcano in Mexico.
Nope, we're just going with existing volcanoes erupt sometimes. Great. How long until I can quit? Not that long, I think, luckily.
And you can see ash rising first. And then you can see a light explosion. So if this was on the sun, it would be called a solar flare.
Okay, random, pointless, and inaccurate, but I guess I kind of see the similarity. Just go on.
And then you can see the magma coming out of the mouth of the volcano. And so it's ejected out because the magma creating core inside the surface of the Earth is creating the magma and ejecting it upwards. And we can see magma being created on the surface of the Planet X core that is over here in the sky.
Oh, that? No. That's just the brightest bits of lava reflecting around inside the camera's lens elements, with somewhat reduced brightness because a lot of the light is obviously just passing through. Here, I'll flip it horizontal and vertical so you can see it's really just the lava rolling down the mountain. You notice how it shows up in front of the smoke and it isn't obscured by it at all? Well, that's why. It's the same basic principle as a lens flare. Here's a demo of pretty much exactly the same effect. Watch the one LED that's partly hidden by a star sticker. That's all you're seeing there. The reflection of the flashlight, just like with the mountain reflection, is the same as the real image, but flipped both vertically and horizontally. It's just a thing that happens with cameras with certain lens types and under certain conditions. It's nothing to get in a panic about, don't worry. Kinda weird that you jump straight to, everybody panic, there's a Planet X core in the atmosphere sucking magma out of the Earth! It's kinda beneath a professional physicist. It's not like figuring out what it actually is was that hard. Just took like the most basic understanding of photography.
You can see magma erupting from its surface at 2 points here. You can see the same there.
Yeah, funnily enough, you're not entirely wrong. Totally by accident, of course, but still.
So this occurs because the Planet X core makes a gravitational connection with the Earth magma creating core, and energy starts to flow from this core to that core. And
Stop. You don't need to continue. People get the point. Figure out how cameras work, Claudia. You're a physicist, apparently. It shouldn't be that hard for you. The hardest part would probably just be getting interested in reality again. Alright, let's skip to something else. Let's get through this.
So the clouds that exit volcanoes and that are thus created by Earth magma creating cores emit light in different colors. In other words, the clouds are often red, orange, pink, and even blue. And you can see that here.
Yeah, I can see the pinkish looking smoke. There's one slight problem for your hypothesis, though. I can also see the pinkish looking mountain, where there's no smoke. And I can see the pinkish looking clouds in the background. And I can see that this is very obviously sunrise with the sun behind us. Here's a video taken just up the road from where your picture was taken, showing a time lapse of the mountain at sunrise with clouds around the top. I think it's mislabeled in that it doesn't seem to be an actual eruption, but it does demonstrate how the colors change at this angle as the sun comes up. I would elaborate on why that's relevant, but I think if you're the type of person who needs elaboration at this point, it probably won't help you if I do.
And obviously these are not colors that are being that we are seeing because they are being reflected by the cloud. We are seeing these because the cloud is emitting light in these colors.
Oh, so is the mountain emitting light too? It's not actually pink either, you know. Here's the same volcano, Mount Agung, erupting in full daylight. Notice it's not pink. Why isn't it pink, Claudia?
And so there is no light source in the sky that could possibly create these colors in the cloud.
Yes, there is. There's a very large and very obvious light source that creates color in clouds and all kinds of other stuff on a daily basis. I guess we're just pretending we forget the sun exists?
And nor are there flames from the magma that could possibly cause cloud to reflect these colors. You can clearly see that this cloud is emitting light. And you can see peach colored clouds in the sky, which suggests that there is a magma creation phase, Planet X core in the sky.
Okay, or we can pretend the daily sunrise is a Planet X magma creation phase. That's cool too, I guess, whatever floats your planet core.
And of course we would expect that because there would not be a volcanic eruption unless there is a gravitational connection between Planet X and an Earth magma creating core deep inside the body of the Earth.
Yeah, there would. But let's move it along here. I don't got all day. This is already getting long, and there's no way in hell I'm taking this trash to a part 2.
And here's another Earth volcano producing red and purple ash clouds. And you can see the magma here is yellow. The magma is bright yellow and fading to different tones of red, suggesting that it turns red as it cools.
No, really? Claudia, I don't think we need to prove for the 10 billionth time that yellow glowing rock is hotter than red glowing rock. But that's one of the few things you decided was worth providing a hint of an argument for. There are far more important claims you should be focusing on supporting right now.
And the cloud and the magma emit light as this appears to be a nighttime sky. Again, clearly both the magma and the cloud emitting light.
That's not clear in the least. Yes, it's clear that the lava's emitting light. We know that happens. It's also clear that the cloud is reflecting light. These clips, I believe, are from the same volcano, and watch how the smoke lights up when lava emerges near it, and then it stays lit when the lava's still glowing. Are we done yet? And I'm sorry to my viewers, honestly. I hate to be this unenthusiastic about a video, but Jesus Christ. I mean, this is supposed to be a physicist. How can I even... Ugh. You get it, right? I'm sure you get why I'm a little... Yeah. You know, she's supposed to be this PhD physicist. She presents everything in the form of fake research papers. I thought at least she'd be more compelling than some unassuming schmuck like Donnie or, I don't know, redneck tree goddess. But nope, not even close. This, without exaggeration, is the single dumbest conspiracy video I have ever dealt with. We're sitting here pretending sunrise doesn't exist and therefore pink skies must be Planet X making magma. That's the level of physics we're operating at. This is not the bottom of the barrel. This isn't even the stuff you scrape off the underside of the barrel. We're way past all of that right now. Now this is straight through the bottom of the barrel and all the way into the Earth's magma core. And I really wish I could stick my head in it.
And you can see the volcano which produces pink clouds.
Those are whitish clouds lit orange. Oh my god, next.
And here you can see blue and peach colored clouds which come from this volcano here.
I'm not even bothering anymore. Enough with the volcanoes.
Now in this one you can see this white and gray cloud here which seems to be coming from the vegetation that is still smoking after being burned due to these fires and the magma falling onto them and causing the fires. And you can see the color of the sky suggests there is a huge Planet X core that is emitting this color of light from its cloud envelope.
Or that there's smoke in the air scattering light around. That's something I'm all too familiar with. In the summers, we often get that problem here in my city. Check it out. That's wildfire smoke, and it smells like a wood fire, not like magma. The fires that produce it are typically a few hundred kilometers away. It's not transparent, it's not colorless, it'll interact with light from any source. I keep having to say things here that I feel like go without saying, but I don't know, am I just really weird that I grew up cooking outside on fires all the time and living near the woods and I still live near where wildfires happen all the time? Is it just that unusual nowadays to know what wood smoke looks like? City people, get your couch potato asses out of your apartment and head to a campsite for once, lest you become Dr. Claudia Elbers. And remind me to take my own advice after the winter's done.
The cloud may have dropped down to lower altitude, but this does not look like it's the Earth's atmosphere at all.
It does look like the Earth's atmosphere, when it's got smoke all up in it. Next.
You can see a similar color here in Serbia, and it also tells us that this is not the Earth's atmosphere, this is Planet X in the sky.
Or maybe it's a little foggy. Next.
And here you can see colored clouds associated to the fires in California. You can see the different colors, orange, peach, blue.
I can also see from the lighting on the person's clothes that the sun is to our left, hence why the column of smoke is all lit up on the left. Next.
And so here you can see this very peachy pink cloud swirling around as vegetation burns due to the magma having fallen from the sky. And you can see the different colors there, the same thing here.
Yes, when smoke is lit with colored light, it's lit in that color. Thank you. Next.
In conclusion, Planet X...
Yeah, we got it. We're done? Good. Never felt so good about ending a video in my life. Bye.